I'm tired of these AI business owners claiming they're making $30, $40, $50,000 a month through the AI business after just a couple of months, whether it be an app, a service-based agency, or selling end-to-end workflows. And by the way, if you're selling end-to-end workflows and you're trying to convince people you're making tens of thousands per month, you're not even trying to be believable. I've been building and selling automations for 6 years. And I even started my official software development agency 4 years ago. And then 2 years ago, I went AI centric because this whole AI boom that happened in 2023. In this time period, my first 30K month came after years of trying. Now, yes, back then I made a lot of mistakes. I had no mentor. There was no free videos on YouTube that I could use for reference. Basically, information was very sparse, so it was much harder than it is now. But even knowing what I know now, it was still taking me at least a couple of months to hit that first 30K month. But according to Instagram and YouTube, you can do it within 10 days. The sad reality is that a lot of these posers who are aged 18 and 25 years old are getting away with their rented off supercars, their paid off models, and they're blatant lies. Don't believe me? Let me show you the number one trick that they do, but for some reason people still fall for even after years. Here's what my AI apps in my agency Slight has built. It has made over $44,000 in the first 6 months of 2025. This is what you might see online, right? And if I refresh this, refresh live, boom, it still says $44,650. Okay, cool, legit. Now this is what these online agency owners do to trick you. Let me go ahead and highlight this. Let me click edit text. 65,000. Put that, and let's edit this as well. Let's make this like, I don't know, what you guys want to make it? Let's say 63,000. Make it believable. Boom. All right, now we're looking at this. And what's going to happen is they're going to take a nice little screenshot and then use the exact graphic and share it everywhere. Right, but honestly, 65,000 isn't even that bad. Imagine instead of 65,000, let's make it 165,000, and then the 63,000, we would just easily change it to 163,000, and bam! Now this screenshot looks a lot better. Oh my God, 6 months of 165 grand. Isn't that insane? And they'll use that screenshot wherever. And the thing is, they refresh it, because they'll never refresh it on the video. If they refresh it, watch what happens. Oh no, the number changed back. Exposed. Why? Why do you fall for that? What sucks even more are the coaches who are telling these people that their first AI app or first client they ever work with is gonna make them a millionaire. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. In fact, I've worked with 130 plus founders, one-on-one, for weeks, months on end. And of them, only very few had their first client or AI app generate them $5,000. See, it took a couple of small $400, $500, $1,000 projects before that first big ticket client came through the door. See, because no business owner is gonna believe that they should pay you $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 if you have no track record. So how does it even make logical sense for beginner business to be making these type of numbers? Come on. Let's use our brain for a little bit. Some of the entrepreneurs I've worked with, it's taking them 2 to 3 failed app launches before their first big app launch. It took them 2 or 3 small ticket clients before their first 10K client came through the door. Now, yes, once you hit a MRR of 5 figures, it's much easier to scale and hit multiple 5 figures MRR. But that's only because now you have data for your business. You know what marketing channels work. You know what solutions your clients are actually buying. You know every single distribution platform that's actually working for your business, so you're not spending time on platforms like LinkedIn or email marketing if they're not working for your business. When you first start, it's kind of hard to know what actually works for your offer. And this is why these online gurus will tell you, man, if you're not sending 1,000 emails a day or doing 100 cold calls, that's why you're not successful. No, that's not the reason. See, 100 plus cold calls, 1,000 plus emails, yes, that's a large volume. You might even get some traction, but this just isn't sustainable. And they know that. They know that you're not going to be doing this. So they just tell you and make this the reason as to why you're failing. No. It's all about smart, actionable effort. If you're doing lackadaisical actions, you're gonna expect lackadaisical results. 100 cold emails with a bad email copy are the same as sending one good email. And I want you to take a moment to be honest. Raise your hand if you've seen one of those posts, and I posted one of these before, so I'm guilty of it, where someone says, they're showing an end-to-end workflow, like a video of it working, saying, hey, comment down this keyword like happy if you want this end-to-end workflow for free. Okay, nothing bad with that. I've done it. You can get free end-to-end workflows. You can build off of them. You can use them for yourself. Nice. But then there's a couple of bad apples who will say, this end-to-end workflow you can sell for $1 gazillion. Do you really think that someone who's not familiar with end-to-end, like a regular restaurant business owner or a dermatology clinic owner, understands end-to-end? You think they understand how to import JSON and work with node-based architectures? No, they do not. So you can't expect these end-to-end workflows to make you $1 gajillion. No, you got to put them together. You got to add a UI with Lovable or Gemini 3 Pro around it. So it's just a couple of buttons that the person has to click because that's what they understand. Here's an exercise you can do to prove it. Ask any one of your friends who's not in the tech space to use your end-to-end workflow for, ad scraping or mass emailing. They're gonna look at you like, what? First of all, what is end-to-end? Second of all, this looks very complicated, even though it's really not. But you have to understand these people aren't putting in the time to learn these end-to-end workflows. So what happens now is that this market is slowly getting very flooded with a bunch of AI slop. And no, I'm not talking about those dancing cat videos or those Ring camera videos of people getting flown in tornadoes. I'm talking about AI entrepreneurs who are just very subpar. And the problem with that is, well, first of all, you can stand out very easily, and I'll tell you how in a bit. But second of all, the problem is, let's say you're selling a voice AI dermatology solution, and now you email a clinic or you cold call the clinic. You might be the 5th time this clinic is hearing a voice AI solution. And fortunately, that clinic probably went with one of those first 4 calls, and they probably had a horrible experience because most of these people in this space just suck at building AI solutions. So because they've already lost the trust, even if you have the best product on the market, they're just not going to go with you because they already lost trust in AI entrepreneurs. They were probably promised the most robust voice AI system to date, and instead they got a 5-node long end-to-end workflow that may be attached to retail. So here's the solution. First and foremost, whether you are a service-based business or you're selling your AI app, you need a flagship app/product. And then this doesn't really apply to app businesses because, you are selling the app/product itself. But for service-based businesses, if you don't have a flagship product or app, no one's going to believe that you can build. Okay, so any product or app you make, you split it into 2 parts, right? The first part is just building. This might be a 2-week to 4-week time frame. The rest of the entire cycle of this app is purely selling. Now, let's say your product fails. You get absolutely 0 sales. Cool, that's fine. Because if someone asks you, hey, can you build this AI solution for me? Like if you're a service-based business and your client's asking you to build, say, a voice AI derm solution, you can show them the app you've built, even if it has 0 sales, as just a proof of credibility that, yes, I can build. I have built solutions before. Here is a clear example. Proof. Remember this. If you're a service-based business or an agency and you're trying to sell services to a client, how can they trust you with 0 proof, especially with all this AI slop around? You need a flagship product, and most agencies don't do this, which is good news for you because if you just build 1 or 2 flagship products, you're already setting yourself apart of 99% of the entire market. And don't even think of marketing until you have some sort of working demo of an AI app you have created that you can put on the front page of your website. Okay, now what are some examples of flagship products? So the first one, the voice AI solution for dermatology clinics or dentists. That's an easy way of proving that you can build a complicated AI app/solution. Second, a e-com chatbot for Shopify owners is a very, high value. It's profitable, and a lot of e-com owners need Shopify chatbots. Third, you can build an AI content system that generates AI videos on autopilot for any business and then links the business's website in the description of these, YouTube videos or these Instagram reels to bring traffic to the business. Easy value proposition. You know your next actionable step you must take, and if anyone tells you otherwise, ask them to refresh their Stripe dashboard right in front of you.